Oberschleissheim is located behind the northern outskirts of Munich. It is connected to the S-Bahn line S1 and is located 20 minutes from the city center and 20 minutes from the airport. This makes it ideal for a short day trip out of the city, or if you want to pass the time during a long layover at Munich Airport. Because there's a lot to see there, be it the baroque palace complex with palace gardens or historic airplanes. Join me on a short discovery tour through Oberschleissheim. When you arrive at Oberschleissheim S-Bahn station, it's only a 10-minute walk to the palace grounds. There are actually 3 palaces: the old palace, the new palace, and Schleissheim Palace. The old palace was built in 1617 by Duke Maximilian I in the late Renaissance style. Elector Max Emanuel had the new castle built in 1701. There were prospects that he would be elected emperor. To underline his claim, he had the new palace built entirely in the style of Versailles. However, as his ambitions were not fulfilled, the building was built considerably smaller and the palace was rarely inhabited, as Max Emanuel and his successor preferred Nymphenburg Palace near, today in, Munich. At the end of the palace garden is Schleissheim Palace, which served as a pleasure palace and hunting lodge. My recordings were taken in winter, of course, but the palace gardens are particularly inviting in summer when the fountains spray water and the flower beds are adorned with colorful flowers. Should the weather be bad, you can also visit the inside of the palaces. Admission to all 3 palaces costs only €10. Audio guides are also available in English and other various languages. Schleissheim Palace is still an insider tip, especially among foreign tourists. Those who are not interested in art, history and culture will find the Flugwerft Schleissheim of the Deutsches Museum just a few steps away. This is where the Royal Bavarian Air Force was once based from 1912 to 1919. The airfield adjacent to the museum is still used today by sports pilots and the police. This makes it Germany's oldest active airport. In the entrance area of the aircraft museum you can immediately see a red Fokker DR-1 like the one once flown by the Red Baron. What is striking, however, is that the aircraft is partially dismantled. This is due to the fact that active research is still taking place in the museum and the aircraft are being dismantled so their construction can be studied today. I could see that the exhibits are not just dummies or that the engines are completely dry on the neighboring aircraft Clem KL-25. This one was somewhat incontinent. The first hall mainly deals with the early days of aviation, from aviation pioneer Otto Lilienthal to the First World War. On the way to the second hall you can take a look at the museum's workshop where construction, restoration and research are carried out. Unfortunately, no one was working when I was filming. In the second hall you can see airplanes from the last 80 years. The exhibits include the Heinkel HE-111 from Spain and a Dornier DO-24 seaplane. There are also jet fighters here, such as the MiG-15 and its counterpart in the Korean War, the F-86 Sabre. But modern jets as the Eurofighter Typhoon can also be admired here. Of course you can also find helicopters here. You can get up close to many of the exhibits. Some you can even get inside. However, you should be careful not to hit your head. The museum is open every day from 9 to 5. The day ticket costs €8, reduced €5. As always, you can find links to the palace and the airplane museum in the description below. Oberschleissheim is really a nice day trip from Munich, or ideal to spend some time during a long layover at Munich Airport. It's also still a hidden gem, because many visitors to Munich don't include it to their itinerary. Leave a like if the tip was helpful, subscribe, and if you need an exclusive tour of Munich, here's my email address. Until the next video, Philip.